Hello, I'm Carolyn Mara. For those that are new here, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the sentence, fake it till you make it. It is something that I've heard a lot on my channels, and it's something I actually feel really strongly about. You know, people talk about trying to make it, being motivated enough to make it. And I think that it has a lot to do with your identity, your self-identity, what you think about where you're going and how you position yourself. So motivation can be really difficult for people. Let's talk about health. You say, I'm going to get healthier, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to eat better. It requires you to exercise every day, make sure that you get up to do it, make the right food choices. But if you shift your perspective and instead of trying to be motivated to get something done, you begin to see yourself as the healthy person. You are the person who are going to make healthy decisions. You align yourself in a thought process that is saying, I am going to be this person. You identify with who you want to be. So instead of faking it, you begin to align and say, that's who I am, even before you actually are that person. And what starts to happen is you decide to serve the person that you are. So if you see a cake and that's not going to serve you, as this new person, you're going to say, no, I'm not going to have cake. It doesn't serve me. It's not going to help me become the healthy person that I want to be. So you can relate that to anything that you're doing, whether it's being in business, being an artist. For me, as I began my business, I didn't necessarily feel like I was the business person. I went to art school, so I had a base knowledge of art and understanding of art, of projects. You know, I'll tell a story. Before I ever got into grad school for art, I was trying to figure out what it was that I needed to use to apply and what work I should show. And I was applying to schools all over the place, and I hadn't got in the first year that I applied. And so I went to work in a gallery in New York City, and I was pulling all of my stuff together. At the time, you actually had to put like slides, because they would put the slides in the projector and look at all of your work. So you're making slides of your work, and I was picking my best pieces. Like, this is an amazing piece, this is an amazing piece, but they didn't actually work together harmoniously. And the director of the gallery said to me, you'd be better off going and taking 1,000 pictures of ugly mailboxes and applying with those, with a concept, with an idea. Why are you doing this? What does it mean? They might be ugly as anything, but there's a purpose and there's a synchronicity, and they go together. And instead of being all over the place, I was like, okay, so how can I find what I've done to work together, and how can I go out and take more pictures that go together, and what is the concept, and what do I want? I'm going to get in. I want to get in. To get in, I need a little bit more of a thought process and identity of what I'm doing, and not just sharing the best of the best. And that helped give me a focus, and it helped give me a plan. And that's how I applied that next year. And then I got into several schools, and I chose the one that I wanted to go to. And being in art school, you know, art school is often about tearing you down to build you back up. And this was like that for sure. And trying to really understand the depths of what you're trying to say. And this goes hand in hand with your identity. Like, you need to figure out what it is, who you are, or what you're trying to say. And then you can put out into the universe and into the world, this is what I'm going for, this is who I'm going to become, and you're going to start to be that person. And it feels really weird at first, and it's normal that it feels weird. But you have to let go of the other person, and it's difficult. But I find, if you think about motivation, I find myself a pretty motivated person. But that doesn't mean that I can fall into periods of my life where I'm not doing things that I should do. And instead of saying, okay, I'm going to be motivated, I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and I'm going to go exercise, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do whatever it is that I need to do to accomplish my goal, it is far easier for me to begin to see myself as the person that I'm trying to achieve and then becoming that person. And so for me, fake it till you make it. It is a term that is thrown around often, but I think that it's a strong concept. You can look at it differently. It sounds bad, fake it till you make it, because if you're faking it, then you're pretending to, but you have to be able to see the person that you want to become. You have to be able to look at that and say, that's who I'm going to become, and then go for it. Because if not, it's very difficult to get there through just motivation, for just kind of taking the steps without seeing what the final result needs to be. You want to reach for that final result. And that is really how I've been able to continuously move forward in my career. It's making a goal, saying, okay, that's where I'm going next. That's who I'm going to be next. What do I need to do to get there? And that's what you need to do too. I hope that was helpful. So leave me your comments. Tell me what you think, how you feel about the phrase, and we can keep visiting with this one.